no one has, what do you call, no one has won firmly. Sometimes good dog wins, sometimes bad dog wins. But most of the time, bad dog only wins. Though bad dog doesn't win all the time. And bad dog, it's always wow, 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 wow. Bad dog makes a lot of noise. And good dog, So, what is that? Which dog will win? You heard of the good dog, it represents all the good qualities. You heard of the bad dog, represents all the bad qualities. Which dog will win?
Good dog, Prabhuji.
The dog you feed the most.
The dog that you feed the most. Mataji knew the answer. Whichever dog you keep on feeding continuously, that dog will win. The dog that you feed most will win. Why we tell we should chant, follow four regulative principles, do sadhana. Why we tell that? It is because whichever dog you feed most, that dog will win. Can everyone see?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Let's start.
So you'll become what you are, what you feed. So how well do you know yourself? How well do you know about your material personality and spiritual personality? How well do you know yourself? So bad dog represents our bad qualities. Good dog represents our good qualities. Middle personalities, some people are cautious, some people are steady, somebody is an influencer, somebody is a dominant character. That is one middle personality. Can you see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji. Outgoing, task-oriented.
Okay. Some are people-oriented, some are task-oriented. People-oriented means, accurate, cautious, and contemplative. And sincerity, patience, and modest. But if you are task-oriented, what is that? So this is the thing. Can everyone read all these four things?
Yes.
People who want dominance, they want results, direct. There's no in between. And they're very competitive. Then And some people, they're very enthusiastic, very friendly, very optimistic. Some people are very steady, they're sincere, they're patient, they're modest. People are, what will others think? So you are first, I am the last. But some people are reserved. They're actually they're accurate, they're very cautious and contemplative. Sometimes, in my experience, I'll tell you, when you make decisions without thinking the consequences, that type of decisions, they end up in wrong things actually. So what is that? We have to really, we are given 2 years, so hear a lot. We are given only one mouth. You think twice before you speak. You think twice before you act. It's very important. So last week we were saying one minute. By developing spiritual personality, so you will develop the divine qualities, and you will destroy the demoniac qualities. Last week we are saying, imagine a mirror that could reveal your personality. Would you dare to look? So
Yes, but in a private probably.
private probably. Yeah. So now, these are the qualities. Last week we saw that fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge. Can somebody read this? We will see it again today. Please read it. Who will read?
Divine. I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. Bhagavad Gita 16.
Fearlessness. Thank you. Abhaya. Abhaya, so if you design your life to achieve these things, I'm honest with you, you will either go back to Godhead, or if not, you'll go to higher planets from where you will be on your way to go back to Godhead. It's very important. Acquisition of knowledge, charity, sense control. Actually, every quality we can speak a lot. Why we are fearful? Can anyone know? Who will know the answer? Why we are fearful? What should we do to become fearless?
To be on a right path.
Attachment.
Somebody said attachment.
Attachment group.
Attachment is the cause of fear, yes. How many types of attachment we have? We have so many attachments. Attachment, when attachment is there, we have fear of losing that attachment. Very nice, Amma. Actually, fear comes because of the bodily platform. We are attached to the body. Bhoge roga bhayam. The person who is trying to enjoy the life is scared of fear, roga, disease. I have a question for all of you. Any one of you, when you went for when you went for physicals, you give your blood and you test your blood, then next day the results are coming. You'll be so happy to receive the result. Huh?
It's equivalent to getting our marks when you're at college, Prabhuji. Like how
That's
the
it.
results will be. Yeah.
It's equivalent to getting your marks in the college. Hey, how is my sugar levels? How is my blood levels? How is my cholesterol? Sugar, doctor says 150. Ooh, you cannot eat sweets. You know, BP is very high, no salt. What is the life then? Life is meant for eating only. If that eating pleasure is not there, then what is the use? So, fear comes because of the bodily consciousness, because of absorption bodily consciousness, and we develop so many attachments from that consciousness, bodily consciousness. Fear comes. But you become fearless. How? By the acquisition of knowledge. You know, fearlessness and the purification of one's existence. Actually, if you, do you know this? If your heart is become free, if your heart is freed from all the impurities, you will not fall sick. Do you know that? How many of you know that? You will recover from majority of your illnesses. If you know your heart is fully purified and it is free from lust, anger, envy, greed, pride, false illusion, then your health will improve like anything. I cannot say 100% because the past karma is there. And the top of it, if you become a devotee, your life will improve like anything. Last week I told everyone to do the offering. Bhoga, cook food to Krishna and offer it to Krishna. How many of you remember that verse? Yajnasishta sinosanto Bujante sarvakil bishehe bujante te tvagam papam yecha pachami atmakarana. Without offering, if you eat, you are eating the sin. So if you are not encouraging at home, if you are not encouraging people to eat prasad at home, means you are very lovingly feeding the sin. Hare Krishna. You are lovingly feeding your family members sin. Venkat Prabhu, you are hearing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So bhujantete tvagam papam, because Krishna is telling, I am giving all the food grains to the nature, and I am giving the intelligence to you to make food, buy that foodstuffs. Purchase the foodstuffs, and I am digesting your food. So if you don't offer, Krishna is telling what will happen? You will verily eat the sin. Bhujantete tvagam papam. So if you want to purify your existence, you learn to chant Hare Krishna mantra and start offering food to Krishna. And cultivation of spiritual knowledge. You are attending the class anyway. And read also Bhagavad Gita. How many of you have Bhagavatam in your home?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Full 18 volumes.
Yeah.
What is 18 volumes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, very nice. How many of you don't have Bhagavatam in your home?
I don't have that. So,
Venkat Prabhu doesn't have Bhagavatam. Okay, Venkat Prabhu. Who else?
Me, Prabhuji.
Navin Prabhu also doesn't have Bhagavatam. Who else? So, no problem. We'll gift you up actually. It's not. Sense control. Sense control is very important. Can anyone speak? Why do we need sense control? If we have sense control, it's mind. Majority of the problems are because of the uncontrolled mind. So if you can control, if mind can control the senses from unwanted engagements, you will prevent majority of the problems. Similarly, performance of sacrifice, yajna. So yajna, by performing sacrifices, yajna, by performing yajna, you will burn your sins. What is the best yajna possible in this Kali Yuga? Anybody?
Nama Sankirtana.
Sankirtana yajna.
Nama Sankirtana.
Yajnir Sankirtana prayar ajanti sumedasa. So Nam Sankirtana, yes. Then we adhyayanam, swadhyaya. So it means study of scriptures. We are reading Bhagavad Gita every week, but if you can read 5 minutes every day, that's better. Then tapasya, austerity. If you perform tapasya destroys your sins. Simplicity, when you're simple, your life will become simple actually. And non-violence, we don't need to unnecessarily offend devotees. We don't need to kill animals unnecessarily. That is what's non-violence. Truthfulness, speak on, truth only. Should I tell something that has happened in my life couple of years ago?
Yes, Prabhuji.
One day, one devotee, he wanted to come to America. He's from IIT. So I told him, it's very easy to, if you have an IIT degree, it's very easy to come to America. Okay, send me your resume, I'll forward to some devotees I know. He said, he sent him his resume, and I started forwarding it to everyone. He's from IIT, if you want, you can take him. Some people came back and said, even though he's from IIT, his resume is not very, impressive. So with that resume, he'll not get the job. Really. So what should he do? Tell him to put stuff, nice stuff that the local, software companies, would like. So without thinking much, I also became part of the culture actually. I called him and said, Prabhuji, people are telling you with this resume you'll not get the job. So they're telling you to change the resume. So they're telling you to change the resume if you want job. I just sent a message. But what was my message indirectly? Can anyone guess what my message was indirectly?
Change.
Introduce something that he doesn't even know or something like that.
Change your resume to get the
as
job. Change your resume to get the job. And now listen to the answer. He called me and said, even if I don't get the job, no problem. Even if I don't come to America, no problem. I cannot change my resume. That is the reality. That is the truth. I don't want to lie just to get some job. I'm honest with you all. He has not come to America, still in India. Because for him, truth is higher than getting a job in America. How many of you think that is impressive?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very,
Yes,
very
yes,
good.
Prabhu. Prabhuji.
Amazing, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
From that day, actually, I changed. This happened probably 5-6 years ago, and I said, wow, what an impressive personality. So Mother Earth will be very happy with you. Krishna will be very happy with you. So that is what is called truthfulness. Freedom from anger. Shaknoti heva yashodam praksarira vimokshanat kama krodot bhavam begam sayukta sukhinara. Before you leave this world, Krishna says in Gita, one should become free from lust and anger. Freedom from anger. No matter what, I will not become angry. It's not easy though. But if you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, it's possible. But it is not easy.
Yeah. Prabhuji, I have a question here.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Actually, I can be calm at many situations, but when it comes to my kids, when they don't listen or just they just respond to me in a harsh way, I get really very agitated and annoyed easily. So is there a way that we can control? Because I'm not that angry of person, but when it comes to controlling kids, I lose my temper a lot.
Okay, who will answer this question? Practically everyone has kids like you. Sunita Mataji, Naveen Prabhu, and Venkat Prabhu, Saradam, and Murali Prabhu, Prabhakar Reddy Prabhu, Shailaja Mataji. Who will answer this question?
Attachment, Prabhuji, because we care about them a lot. Attachment.
So what is the answer?
Attachment.
No, how to become free from anger?
Chanting.
Okay, let us see what other parents say. What will you do when your children are not listening to you?
Tolerance, Prabhu. Patience and tolerance.
Okay, doctor is telling patience and
I would say, Prabhuji, Sama, Beda, Danda.
Samadhan, Beda, Danda. Okay.
And you tell them nicely. That's the first step. Sometimes, they won't. Most of the time, they won't. So as long as we are not violent and still be strict, instead of being aggressive, we can be assertive.
Yeah.
Well, Prabhuji, for speaking for myself, I have suffered so much in life with parenting. I know the only thing is complete surrender to Krishna, Yugal Kishore ji. I don't think you can do anything about anything. It is complete surrender because you cannot control anything. I mean, they are different souls. They come, they do whatever they want. It is only Krishna's grace to deliver us, Yugal Kishore ji.
Okay.
That is correct, Prabhuji.
Another mom's answer. Another soul. Let's see. Okay. Actually, no answer is this. First of all, whatever I tell is theory. But you all should know, without marriage, I also have so many kids. Hundreds of kids. So I liked definitely what is that without Shailaja Mataji's thing, without being aggressive, be assertive. Say firmly. That is how you deal with. Actually, Mama, I wrote a book. It's coming actually. The anger. There are two types of anger. Anger that is controlled by you. Anger that anger can control you. In the case, like Hanumanji became angry and he burnt whole Lanka. But why Hanumanji is glorified? Because in Hanumanji's burning Lanka, his anger is very controlled. Anger was in his control. But in our case, in some case, anger controls us. Though we want to stop, we cannot stop us. Now I'll tell you. See, I don't know whether you're looking at my face or not. So children, it's already 7 o'clock. You have been telling past half an hour. So you're telling past half an hour, get up. They're not getting up. 7:15, the bus will come. What you will do? Please get up. You will not say like that. Right? So you will formally say that. Like actually, you'll become angry. And suddenly, sometime that same time, some relatives come. I said, I come to you. Yeah, I said, that's not. Will you get ready or not? Chalo. Said, come take it. So in this case, your anger is controlled.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
Controlled anger is good.
Okay.
But where your anger controls you, there the problem comes. Wife and husband disagreements. What is that? Any fight with any outside people. That's where you will be frowning. Means who is controlling you? Anger
is controlling.
that type of anger is not. Means you're lost.
Yes.
I mean, needless to say, especially as family, and next 2-3 days you don't talk. That means anger has controlled you. I mean, there are so many reasons, but honestly speaking, one should try to control it. Otherwise, Rupa Goswami says, in Lord Chaitanya's follower, there is no question of attaining perfection Bhakti Yoga. What to speak of, you'll not attain perfection of liberation. What to speak of going further and attaining love of God. I don't know how many of you by this time understood love of God, what is that? Liberation is embedded in love of God. How many of you understood that point?
Please repeat, Prabhuji. It's like liberation is.
Just give me 1 minute. Hold on. So what is that? Liberation means you'll become free from material contamination. All the impurities are removed. Lust is removed, greed is removed, anger is removed, pride is removed. But next, okay, now you have become liberated from all the impurities. But there is next level. Then you start performing bhakti and eventually attain love of God. So if somebody has attained love of God, means they have already perfected. So they're already liberated. If you have attained love of God, if you have attained Krishna Prema, it means you're already liberated. But if you're already liberated, it means you are not attained Krishna Prema. How many of you understood this point now? Should I repeat again?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bhakti includes mukti, but mukti doesn't include bhakti. So because, for example, okay, liberation means what? Free from material contamination. Liberation means what? Free from material contamination. There is no contamination. You are liberated from anger. You are liberated from lust. You are liberated from greed. Means your heart is fully purified. Your heart is fully purified. But with purified heart, what will you do? Eating, waiting, sleeping, and defending? Then you'll contaminate yourself. So with liberated heart, what you will do? You will try to practice learning. You'll try to practice loving Krishna. You'll try to hear about Krishna, you'll try to chant the name of Krishna, you'll try to meditate on Krishna, and likewise slowly you'll practice bhakti, and which will lead to attaining love of God. So attaining the love of God, if Krishna Prema, liberation is already included. But if you practice bhakti, eventually you'll be liberated also. But if you're liberated, but it doesn't have bhakti in it. I mean, if you're not a bhakti yogi. I hope I'm not confusing you, but how many of you are understanding? By practicing, like when there are some sages, they practice karma yoga. Some people practice dhyana yoga. Some people practice ashtanga yoga. But from them also you can be purified. But that's a liberation doesn't have a love of God in it. But love of God has a liberation in it. So some people, Brahmavadis, like 4 Kumaras, one day they did intense sadhana, they are children of Brahma, they did intense sadhana, their heart has become purified, no greed, no lust, no anger, no pride, no ego, no illusion. Then by the dint of their tapasya, they were liberated, they were traveling in the space. One day they came to the outskirts of Vaikuntha, where when they were traveling in the outskirts of Vaikuntha, accidentally, suddenly what happened? There was a breeze. So this breeze blew. When it was, the breeze was, flowing. That's the aroma it has carried the aroma of Tulasi leaf that is present on the lotus feet of Vishnu. And that aroma entered into the heart of 4 Kumaras. When they smelled the aroma of Tulsi leaf, because they're pure devotees, this fragrance is coming from the lotus feet of Krishna. Tasya Aravinda Nayanasya Paja Pada Aravinda Kinjal Kamishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargata Savarena Chakara Tesham Sankshobhamakshara Jusham Apichitta Tanva. When that Mayavada, what is it? These Brahmavadis, when they have entered the Vaikuntha planets, they were actually chanting and, they were singing, they were doing some spiritual activity. But when that aroma of Tulsi leaf entered into the nostrils of four Kumaras, Sankshobam, they became agitated. Where is the smell coming from? And when they looked in that direction, they saw Narayan, so beautiful. And when they saw his beauty, they became more agitated. They rejected their Brahman realization and they opened a pure sampradaya. So the point I'm making is Antargata Savirena Chakar Desham Sankshobam Aksharajusham Abhijata Tanva. So they have rejected Brahman realization because Brahman realization doesn't have happiness. They have a tiny happiness, of course. But then what happened? They became devotees of Krishna, Narayan. And they started their own sampradaya called Kumar Sampradaya. How many of you are understanding this point? Eventually they will become great devotees. Are you able to follow or not?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a question,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
For ISKCON, like, Tulsi Maharani, we pray Tulsi Maharani through, we reach Lord Krishna. Lakshmi, Sri Sampradayam through Lakshmi Devi, and then Kumar Sampradayam, who they actually follow, Prabhuji? How do they reach to the Lord?
Kumar Sampradayam, whom do they worship? That is your question, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Or Kumara Sama, they worship. Actually, no. Okay, we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, right?
Yes.
What are that one Sampradaya is? Can you tell what is one Sampradaya? Out of the 4 Sampradayas? What are the 4 Bhakti Sampradayas?
Sri Sampradayam,
Sri Sampradayam, Kumara Sampradayam.
Okay, yeah, Sri Sampradaya, Acharya is Ramanuja. They worship Lakshmi Narayan. Okay, then what is the next Sampradaya?
Brahma Sampradayam.
Ours is
Brahma
Brahma
Kumara Sampradayam.
Listen. Ours is Brahma Sampradaya. What is that? The Acharya for this is Madhvacharya. We worship Radha and Krishna.
But through Tulsi Maharani, right, Prabhuji?
Ours is Braja Bhakti, Vrindavan Bhakti.
Yeah.
Where Krishna is worshipped with intimate love. And what is the third one?
Kumara Sampradayam.
Kumara Sampradaya is what you are talking about. Acharya is.
So, we don't have any plans. Adnala class idna ipodiki. So,
Who is speaking Tamil? So, 4 Kumaras, Nimbarkacharya, they worship Radha and Krishna also. And the last one is Rudra Sampradaya. The Acharya is Vishnu Swami. They worship Krishna. They worship Bal Gopal. But some people in that Sampradaya also worship Radha and Krishna. Amma, does it answer your question?
It's partly, Prabhuji, yes.
What is your question?
Yeah, my question through, we are worshipping Lord through Tulsi Maharani. So how are they doing?
Okay.
Like other sampradayas.
First of all, This is the thing. It's all based on moods. We are worshipping, our bhakti is Braja Bhakti, no doubt. So your question is, and well, I'll make it clear. So Nimbark Sampradaya, they also worship Radharani, Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna means Vrunda Braja Bhakti only, but in their own way. There are very minute differences between these four sampradayas. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
For example, Vishnu Swami is Rudra Sampradaya. They worship Balgopal. Srinathji is in Vrindavan too. But some people in that they worship Radha and Krishna. They are also in Vrindavan. Similarly, what is it? Kumar Sampradaya. The Acharya is Nimbark Acharya. But they are also in Vrindavan. They worship Radha and Krishna. So the slight differences, very mild differences. But like Ramani Acharya, they worship Lakshmi Narayan with awe and reverence. For them it's they're only up to Lakshmi Narayan. You understanding?
Yes, Prabhu.
For them, Lakshmi means opulence, richness, Vaikunta. They go up to Vaikunta. But in our case, it is a Golok Vrindavan. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, clear.
So, renunciation means detachment. I want a Tesla car, I want jewelry, I want to show others I'm very happy, by buying big cars and all. It's like useless actually, We are not happy either. What will they think? What will they think? Simple life means a life that is pleasing to Krishna, not pleasing to neighbors. One famous poet said, today we spend the money that we don't have because credit card only, and we buy things we don't want to buy. We buy things that are not needed, and we try to please people we don't like. Hare Krishna. So no, simple life means try to please Krishna, not the neighbors or relatives. My sister has purchased 5-bedroom, I should have 6-bedroom. She has purchased, BMW, I should have Tesla. No, that's useless. So aversion to fault finding. Don't find fault with anybody. Compassionate for living entities. Preach Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, book distribution. Freedom from covetousness. Covet means longing. Covet not honor or wealth. So if you become, rather than asking him, my Lord Krishna, give me that, give me this, give me that, give me this. Don't covet anything. Krishna will give you whatever you like, whatever you deserve, and be happy and continue your life. Simple life. So gentleness, modesty, these are all Krishna's is talking. These qualities we need to cultivate. Today, universities are telling make money, you'll be happy. They're not talking about these qualities. That is wrong. Okay, who will read this?
I don't understand. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belongs to those of demonic nature, O son of Pruta.
Pruta means Kunti. Pride. We don't speak, but we are proud. I came to America. I make money in dollars. I'm an engineer. I'm a doctor. I also did MTech in America, or MS in America, I'm sorry. So pride means what? I own things. Means you don't acknowledge Krishna's hand in that. It is bad quality. Arrogance. So Krishna is telling, arrogance in the dambha. Dambo dharpabhimanascha. So harshness, ignorance. Prabhupada mentions this. We know we are not this body is temporary. But anything material you do, Prabhupada says, that gives a mixed result. I go to New York City, they build probably 110 stories, 120 stories in Manhattan. Means they are worth probably $1 billion, maybe $800 million. It takes 20-25 years. If you start the construction at the age of 45, it will not take 20 years, of course, I'm sorry. It will take probably 7-8 years, get permissions from city. By the time your building is completed, you rent out all your tenants, you're already 60. So many health issues you cannot digest. You like gulab jamun, but you will see and enjoy. And you love, what is that? So many foodstuffs, but you cannot digest. Then what is the use of this $800 million building? You agree or not? Everyone is listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, agree.
So lead a life for the pleasure of Krishna. Nobody's telling, Krishna is not telling don't work hard. Krishna is telling work hard. But this is how, this should be the goal of our life. What should be the goal of our life? Who will read these qualities?
Good, Prabhuji.
Please.
Faith, Shraddha, association, sadhu sangha, practice, bhajana kriya, purification, anardha nivrutti, steadiness, nishtha, taste, ruchi, attachment, asakti, ecstatic love, bhava, pure love, prema.
I have a question for all of you. Where, out of these 9 steps, where will you know your spiritual position? Where will you know your relationship with Krishna? Where will you realize you're not this body, but you'll attain self-realization? Which stage?
Pure love,
Bhava.
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 Bhava stage, exactly. So now let us see who is in what stage. Which stage you are in? Prabhuji said, Mataji.
Anartha nivritti.
Where is Anartha nivritti? Is 3rd. Sorry, 4th one, purification. Amazing. If you go only 4 steps, 3 more steps, you'll attain, you don't need to take birth. You'll attain bhava stage. Fantastic. So, anybody is there in asakti stage? Attachment? Anyway, let me not cheat you. Anartha nivritti, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, is the longest phase in all these 9 steps. But once we cross the anartha nivritti stage, like nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhava, they are very fast. So that's why one has to diligently chant the holy name. If not, what happens? Anartha nivritti spans few lifetimes sometimes. Anartha nivritti takes you some lifetimes, or at least one lifetime, 40 years, or maybe 15, 20, 25 years. So what is the way to cross the anartha nivritti? Anybody?
Chanting holy name.
And
Taking
Eating prasadam.
taking only prasadam, chanting the holy name, and
Service
and
Association.
Devotee association.
association.
devotee association, very nice. And
ABCD, Prabhu. Association.
okay.
taking spiritual master, Prabhuji.
Take a accept spiritual mastery, 2nd one, association. So Sangha means get initiated. So for you to take initiation, Venkat Prabhu, you want to take initiation from spiritual master?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
After
Then you should
4 principles.
so you have to follow 4 real principles for a few years, and you have to chant 16 rounds.
16 rounds. Yes, Prabhuji.
So when will you come then? So, somebody said ABCD. What is ABCD, Amma?
Association of devotees reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and
Please diet prasad.
eating that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, when we do these things, of course, when you do these things, then you pray to Srila Prabhupada, then Prabhupada will reveal you a guru from ISKCON, and then once you get initiated, then you are connected to the parampara. Tomorrow is always Jayapatak Maharaj here, and he is also giving initiation. Last week, Chandramouli Maharaj gave initiation. So people are getting initiated. Means that is how for you to practice Bhajana Kriya, you need to, Bhajana Kriya includes initiation also. Then only purification starts. Everyone is understanding?
Yes. Yes,
Prabhuji.
Understanding
Yes,
includes application, right? Okay, very nice. Then Nishta means you practice. Actually, one day we'll see Sikshashtakam prayers of Lord Chaitanya, But once you're getting purified, 75% purification is done, then you'll go to Nishta. Means no matter what happens in your life, you'll chant your 16 rounds. No matter what happens in your life, whether promotion or death in the family, like brushing your teeth, you'll chant your 16 rounds and follow for regular principles. Goal of your life is to go back to Godhead. That is what's called a Nishta. Then what happens? Slowly, now initially chanting is very painful. But if you go forward, chanting becomes tastier. I love to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Then what happens after developing taste for worshipping Krishna, developing taste for eating prasad, developing taste for chanting the holy name? You will develop attachment. Some, what is that? Today, what is Jayapatak Maharaj is coming? So we should go and attend his class. Chandramouli Maharaj is coming, should go and attend his class. So likewise, you will develop attachment. I want to make progress. Every lifetime I have everybody. What I don't have is Krishna. Let me give this lifetime to Krishna. Already 50% of my life is over. And let me attach myself to Krishna. This ABCD only will come with me. Other things won't come with me. So when you develop when you are attached to Krishna conscious process very strongly, it is called asakti. And when you continue like that, then one day bhava, then Krishna will come and reveal your spiritual form, reveal your service, and reveals his relationship with you. But still there is a possibility of fall down. But when you go a little forward, then you'll attain what is the last one?
Your love.
No.
Prema.
Prema.
Once you attain prema, you'll never fall down. I mean, you will always, you'll go back to spiritual world and you'll serve Krishna without any fall down. This is the goal of our program. So, Preeti Mata said she is at another Nivritti stage. So,
Prabhu, I feel, you keep going through all 9 of these. You have pure love, which is the source of your faith. Then you like sadhu sangha. You also do bhajan kriya. You never stay in one thing, Prabhuji. You keep moving through the whole 8, 9 stages.
Definitely not, right, Mataji. These are all not just words. They're all chapters and books, textbooks. How you'll progress from one stage to another stage. Like 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, after high school, college, you have to put applications. Then after doing your college, undergrad, then you'll go to master's. After master's, PhD. No, these are not like just words. They're very technical words. Without faith, Shraddha, Krishna will connect you to devotees. They'll tell you to chant the holy name. Eventually, you'll get initiated. That is third bhajana kriya. You'll get initiated. Then only bhajana kriya. Then the fourth one, then after getting initiated, you'll start purification. Otherwise, it's only rehearsal. Rehearsal. It's not getting wasted, but it's being deposited. So, like the way parents give money, full money to children after they attain maturity, 21 years. Likewise, you make progress in the path of bhakti yoga only by Guru's grace. If not, you may be, you may be seriously doing service, but you don't know all the process. I'm not so interested, then you'll get stuck.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. You're understanding or not? These are technical words.
So until initiation, everybody will be under the Shraddha stage, Prabhuji.
Actually, until initiation, Guru Ashrayam is needed for sure. That is Bhajana Kriya actually. Because rest without Guru's shelter, what you are doing is rehearsal. Like, the real drama starts, real practice starts after initiation. For example, how do I say? Pilots, they receive training, for some years. Then they start piloting the flights. So our sadhana before initiation is like we are getting trained to practice bhakti. So real practice of bhakti starts after receiving initiation from a bona fide spiritual master. How many of you understood what I'm talking about? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what about demoniac people? What do the demoniac people say? There is probably no God. Now stop worrying and enjoy your life. No God, you do whatever you want to do. There is nothing called good and bad. Whatever you like to do is good only. Hare Krishna. Yes, who will read this? Please read.
They say that this world is unreal with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex, desire, and has no cause other than lust. Following such conclusions, the demonic who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Bhagavad Gita 16:8-9.
Thank you. So these people, they say, what is the goal of human life? Enjoy. What is the most formidable enjoyment in the material world? Sex life. So okay, we'll read 8th and 9th verse actually. Some of you maybe, Asatyam apradishtante jagadahuranishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kimanyat kamahetukam. Kim anyat kamahetukam. This word, there is nothing. I'm sorry. The goal of human life means to enjoy. Means eat nicely, sleep nicely, mate nicely, defend nicely. That is the goal of this world. What is the goal of this world? There are some other religions, they say, go to heavens and enjoy. This is a demoniac. And people have this type of mentality. Today, people don't know what is right, what is wrong.
world is coming to an end. The air is polluted, the ocean's contaminated. The animals are going extinct, the economy's collapsed. Education is shot, police are corrupt. Intelligence is shunned and ignorance rewarded. The people are depressed and angry. We can't live with each other and we can't live with ourselves, so everyone's medicated. We pass each other on the streets, and if we do speak, it's meaningless robotic communication. More people want 15 seconds of fame than a lifetime of meaning and purpose, because what's popular is more important than what's right. Ratings are more important than the truth. Our government builds twice as many prisons than schools. It's easier to find a Big Mac than an apple. And when you find the apple, it's been genetically processed and modified. Presidents lie, politicians trick us. Race is still an issue, and so is religion. Your God doesn't exist. My God does, and He is all-loving. If you disagree with me, I'll kill you. Or even worse, argue you to death. 92% of songs on the radio are about sex. Kids don't play tag, they play twerk videos. The average person watches 5 hours of television a day, and it's more violence on the screen than ever before. Technology has given us everything we could ever want, and at the same time stolen everything we really need. Pride is at an all-time high, humility an all-time low. Everybody knows everything, everybody's going somewhere, ignoring someone, blaming somebody. Not many human beings left anymore. A lot of human doings, plenty of human lingerings in the past. Not many human beings. Money is still the root of all evil, yet we tell our kids, don't get that degree, the jobs don't pay enough. Good deeds are only done when there's a profit margin. Videos of the misfortunes of others go viral. We laugh and share them with our friends to laugh with us. Our role models today, 60 years ago, would have been examples of what not to be. There are states where people can legally be discriminated against because they were born a certain way. Companies invest millions of dollars hiring specialists to make little girls feel like they need makeup to be beautiful, permanently lowering their self-esteem because they will never be pretty enough to meet those impossible standards. Corporations tell us, buy, get this, get that. You must keep up, you must fit in. This will make you happy, but it never does for long. So what can we do in the face of all this madness and chaos? What is the solution? We can love. Not the love you hear in your favorite song on the radio. I mean real love, true love, boundless love. You can love each other from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed. Perform an act of kindness because that is contagious. We can be mindful during every interaction, planting seeds of goodness, showing a little more compassion than usual. We can forgive because 300 years from now, will that grudge you hold against your friend, your mother, your father have been worth it? Instead of trying to change others, we can change ourselves. We can change our hearts. We've been sold lies, brainwashed by our leaders and those we trust, and not recognize our brothers and sisters, and to exhibit anger, hatred, and cruelty. But once we truly love, we will meet anger with sympathy, hatred with compassion, cruelty with kindness. Love is the most powerful weapon on the face of the earth. Robert Kennedy once said that few will have the greatness to be in history, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of a generation. So yes, the world is coming to an end, and the path towards a new beginning starts within you.
Interesting, right? Why does Krishna use such strong language? Everyone is with me?
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji.
No. So, following such conclusions, demoniac who have lost to themselves and have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Taking shelter of the insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride, false prestige, demoniac, thus illusioned always sworn to unclean work, attracted by impermanent. So I'll tell you a simple thing. Your toothpaste is made of plastic, Your shoes are made of plastic, and your car is made of plastic. Everything is made of plastic. Because of that reason, we have a plastic smile. And everything, if you buy, you'll be happy. Buy, you'll be happy. People are miserable, actually. I know he spoke a little fast. I don't know how many of you followed what he said. You could follow, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, what is that? Greed, intense greed. Today we have street long shops, and there is every product for mind, product for eyebrows from head to toe, but there is no product that tells you are the soul but not the body. Hare Krishna. So who will read the 11th and 12th one? Sorry, 10th one. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige, demoniac, thus illusioned, always want to unclean work and attract by impermanent. They believe that to gratify senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of their life, their anxiety is immeasurable, bound by the network of hundreds of thousands of desires, and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. So much wealth I have today, I will gain more according to my schemes. So much mine now, it will increase in future, more and more. He is my enemy, I have killed him. My other enemies will also be killed. Can you believe Krishna is speaking these things? I am the Lord of everything, I am enjoyer, I am perfect. Ishwaroham aham bhogi. I am perfect, powerful, happy, I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is no one so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, then I'll enjoy. The people put my name on the boards, I'll be happy. Hare Krishna. Can somebody read 16th, 17th, and 18th?
Thus perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into hell. Self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige, they sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules or regulations. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion.
Next one.
Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life.
Tanaham dishata kroram samsareshu naradhama kshipam yajasra subham asurisevayanishu. So what is the problem with the bad? So you have to go take birth as the trees, take birth as dogs. Continuously Krishna is telling. It is not like we are not learning, time pass stories. Krishna is seriously telling this. What will happen if you are demoniac? You will take birth again and again and again, wrong species, and suffer. Then next one. Who will read 20th and 24th, 24 verses?
Attaining repeated birth among us the species of demonic life. O son of Kunti, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence.
Abominable type of existence. Krishna is telling, all right, if people don't approach Krishna, what happens? You will go from cycle of birth and death, birth after birth after birth after birth. And so then Krishna is telling, 21st verse, what are the three gates leading to hell? Lust, anger, and greed.
Anger and greed.
So Krishna is telling, These are the, so today people are harming themselves, they're harming others, and they're harming the world. So what are the 3 gates leading to hell? Hell is a little scary, right? What are the 3 gates? Lust, anger, and greed. We should give it up. Krishna is telling, what are the 3 gates leading to hell? Lust, anger, and greed. So lust, anger, and greed, Krishna is telling we should give it up. And what is the bad of, if you reject Bhagavad Gita, what will happen? He who discards scriptural injunctions, acts according to his own whims, attains neither perfection nor happiness. In India, nobody reads Bhagavad Gita. Whatever they see in movies, they will follow. What is Krishna telling? If you discard the scriptural injunctions, and you will not attain perfection. Everybody, they are going to that Baba, this Baba, because, he'll give you, he'll protect me from this thing. No, Krishna is very clear. If you don't follow Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, what is telling? You'll go through species after species of species. And what is the last one?
One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated.
So Krishna is telling these things. And what we'll do, we'll discuss on these things next week. What are the 3 gates at least we should know? Trividam narakasyedam dharam nashanam atmana. So what are the 3 gates leading to hell? Lust, anger,
and greed.
So we should get rid of them. It's very important. We started a little late, but we'll discuss this more next week. So I have a question for everyone. What is the wrong thing? If we are demoniac, what will happen to us?
Keep on repeating.
We will get the animal body.
You will get different species, birth after birth after birth. Hare Krishna. What if you get if you cultivate the spiritual qualities, good qualities? If you develop all the good qualities, you'll go back to Godhead, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And so, in fact, goal of human life is to get rid of our impurities and go back to Godhead, not pick up the bad qualities and perpetually stay in this material world. So we have a good dog and bad dog, they're barking, but we should feed the good dog, good qualities, starve the bad dog. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Dandot Pranam. Allah Prabhupada.
Prabhuji. Pranam. Thank you so much.